It is July 26, 2023, and this is the latest news update for Medellin Colombia and Colombia as a whole. Follow along.
You're watching DC-born Rob, Racing Borders. And now, news.
Okay, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever it is you're located. Thanks for watching. You're watching DC-born Rob, Racing Borders. I'm DC Rob. This channel is dedicated to travel, international travel, number one, but really, again, travel anywhere. Also, for expats who live in Medellin, Colombia, who want to see the news and have it interpreted without having to do it themselves, and for short-time visitors to Medellin, Colombia, who want to know what's going on in the news before, during, and after they return. Let's jump into this. This is going to be a quick one, and I mean that this time. I'm going to run through some stories at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to run to the gym right quick, but I wrote these stories out last night, so let's jump into the first one here. Okay, the Flower Festival is starting on Friday. It is Wednesday, so you have 2 days left. I'm sure people are coming in now, but the mayor wants you to know that the airports are going to be busy this week. Well, for the next couple of weeks anyway. They're expecting over 50,000 people to come through this airport, at least through MDE, as opposed to 35,000 from last year, 2022. Okay, this is the biggest cultural event of the year for Colombia. And the mayor he's hoping that the hotel's occupancy is somewhere around 80%. I think it was 78 as of a few days ago. Also, let's jump into this next story. The dollar, the US dollar is falling, okay? It's at its lowest in a while right now. I'm going to put up a little schematic right here that shows that it's dropped at least from 44 something down to 39. I think it was 397. Looks like it jumped back up over the past day or two, but it is falling. So your dollar is not as strong as it used to be. Okay, so just deal with that. Obviously, we're still saving money when we go to Colombia. Okay, my next story is about the dust. There's actually dust coming from the Sahara, and it hits, I think, both North America and South America, but it's hitting Colombia soon. It expects to affect the country's air quality, of course. So try to avoid using public vehicles, they're asking you. Stay away from fumes and oils and gases as well. It will most likely affect kids under 5, adults over 60, pregnant women, people with COPD, asthma, diabetes, and cardiovascular disease and cancer. Okay, there you go. Stay indoors. The next story, it's about Medellin. Medellin is the first city with a database of facial recognition cameras. That's right. I watch the news every day, and I'm wondering, how are all these people getting arrested? They say all these people have warrants for them. How did they get them? Well, if you have ever watched that show in, I don't know, TLC or something like that, about the parking authority in Pennsylvania or Philadelphia, where they ride down the street in a van and the cameras alert who owes tickets or need to be booted just by that camera looking at it. Well, these facial recognitions can do that in Colombia. So there is a database of over 19,000 people has their profiles and their facial identification. So this is how they're picking up. And I watch this every day. I just keep wondering. I never reported on it, but because if it doesn't have to do with foreigners or anything, I don't really report on there, because they have their crimes just like we do too. I don't go over all the negative stuff, but rest assured, I read the news every day and I wonder, how are all these people getting arrested? Dozens. It's dozens and dozens and dozens every day in Medellin. Well, they have this database who's just picking them off the street. They get a signal, I guess a call, to send to a radio officer, and they pull up on their little moto and they pull them over. It says Medellin has over 580 security cameras throughout the city that have allowed the capture of people with warrants and stolen cars. So those cameras, man, those cameras are on it. And remember, once they get your face, they may not get you right then, but they'll get you later. Okay. My next story is about new policemen coming on the job. Medellin is expected to have 400 new policemen on the job. They will arrive soon, and this is to combat theft and to reinforce security throughout the city. The mayor says they gave him one of the most violent cities in the world when he began. They took away 1,300 police officers back then, and he's saying that since he's been there, today it's competing to become the most peaceful city in the country. Okay, so the mayor's on it, and hey, applause to the mayor for this year. Let me tell you something, the police have been doing their job, and I guess that's being supported by the camera system too. So props to the mayor and props to the cops. Okay, this next one is going to be a video I saved. I had to show it. It's not about foreigners, but it has to do with a freighter or a guy on a moto. But this time it wasn't two. And the old boy and his girl were out front of their house. And this is in the Zona Americana area of Medellin. And the guy stands up to, well, let's just jump into the video right quick. Okay, so you see him just chilling outside of his house. His girl's on the other side of the car. And he must have said something to challenge old boy, because old boy he looks down. I guess he sees the gun. And right quick, now this is some quick thinking, man. He ripped and grabbed the gun and threw it on the ground. See it next to the dog? Now the girl is smart. She goes to get the gun while old boy whips up on him. Didn't go well for old boy. Even the dog is in on it, and they both run him off. There you go. So there you go. And you see the young lady picked up the gun, and that was it. Sometimes you just run up against the wrong cat, and this wasn't his day. Okay, this next one, again, another quick one. This is about the EU, and that they're working to require U.S. travelers to have to fill out a form online for a visa. That's right. We never needed visas to go to Europe. Now they're expecting this to start soon. So it says any U.S. traveler with a passport will have to fill out this visa application online. This is new, of course. So right now, U.S. citizens don't need a visa. It will be done online, and it'll cost $8. So the price is minimal, but it's just the hassle of having it being done. It's not a done deal as of yet. It's been delayed before, and they're guessing it'll be delayed again. It's expected to roll out January of 2024, next year. So this is coming. One last story, but first this.
With the ball blade, I run a center with the ball blade, blending with the long way. One love to the southwest side.
That's right. I got to say props and thanks to everybody who is supporting me here at this channel. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This gives me the freedom to be able to do this without having to worry about them hemming me up. I think this video is safe if I read correctly the last story. But let me get to this last one, and this has to do with the scammer. Yes, I keep forgetting to rerun this cat's picture and video because this is the scammer who is, well, he's Colombian, but he portrays himself as being an American, and he'll walk up to you. I've shown the video. Go back and just type in DC Born Rob Scammer, and you'll see all the videos I've done for it. But the reason I do this is so that when you see him approaching you, you're already aware. Well, you guys have let me know. At least 4 people in the past week have let me know that he's walking around both Poblado and the Santa Fe Mall. And even last night, I'm helping someone with, well, we're discussing, and I'm trying to see what I can do to assist him. He has issues with kids, and it's a big deal between Colombia and the United States. But anyway, before we get off the phone, he said, Rob, I got something to separate one. You may get a kick out of this. He said his current wife was working with, I may get this story incorrectly if he's watching. I'm sorry, B, but she was working and had a friend that owned a bar, and this cat came in and tried to hustle some people, and they had words. Ultimately, he got pistol whipped and beat pretty bad. And this is by Colombians. Again, I am not saying put your hands on this cat. If you are an American, and you're visiting, or you're European, or have a lot of Canadians that go down too, don't put your hands on this cat. Just be aware, stay away, take a picture of him, take a video if you can, and just pass that on. The whole reason I'm doing this is so that you're aware and you don't get got. So again, 4 times in the past week, someone has let me know that this cat is still roaming the streets and that he is still after Americans, or let's say tourists from outside the United States. Now, I'm assuming he's going to come after you if you're from Europe or somewhere overseas, or you're from Canada, of course, because you're an American as far as he thinks. You're North American. So he's going to try you. Remember, his name is Caesar, and I'm showing a video or pictures of him right here. His name is Caesar, And his whole goal in life is to scam you out of a few dollars. He smokes cigars. He will come up to you and approach you and go, "Hey, where you from? New York? Hey, I'm from New York. Oh, you from LA? Oh, I've been to LA. Yeah, you live in Inglewood? Yeah, I know." Anybody can throw out city names, but he especially knows the New York area. So if any of you cats are from New York, he's going to know about your city. I think he lived there, and he gives this whole story about he was raised by Jewish parents and yada, yada, yada. But ultimately, he's been arrested once that we have on camera. Go back and look at my videos. Okay, you guys caught up with him. I don't know how he's able to do this, because a lot of you guys go down multiple times. And if he gets you once, I know you're looking for him on your next visit. He skipped out on a bill. He ate and drank with you. All of a sudden, he needs to go and get a cigar, or his Amex doesn't work, or he needs to borrow some money, or he'll help you get a discount at a hotel. He'll take your money and assume that you'll assume that he's paid, and he didn't. And that's happened before too. Go back and watch all my videos. Just type in again, DC Born Rob Scammer, and you should see a few videos. Again, I'm doing this as an alert so that this cat don't get you. Okay, so again, remember to travel, but travel safe. Headed to Medellin, Colombia? See my guy Andres with Nomad Travel for safe airport pickups and drop-offs and tours. Contact information in the description below. If you're in Medellin and you need dental work done, from a basic cleaning to major reconstructive surgery, come see my guy, Dr. Carlos Maury. Contact information in the description below.